Miss Irwin here from Pink Buckaroo Designs, and today I want to show you how I made this card. I made this for our June tutorial bundle blog hop, so I hope if you're seeing this on YouTube, you'll hop back over to my blog and hop along to see all the things that everybody has designed this month. We're all featuring new products from the 2017-2018 Stampin' Up! Catalog. All right, I have two new products. The circles are from the Wood Words stamp set, and the framelits are from the Lovely Words Thinlit collection. All right, so also you're going to need the oval to go along with these lovely words. When you cut these out, it's only going to cut out this part, and it's going to actually leave this inlaid into the paper, which is really awesome if you are going for that. But today, I'm actually wanting to cut the whole thing out with a frame on it. So let's do that first. Gonna get your Big Shot, and you can use whatever size oval that you want. I wanted a really thin frame around mine, so I chose the closest circle, or closest oval to that shape. Now you could also use your stitched shaped ovals. Those look really cute with it too. Now you can see I put them both on at the same time. I'm going to run it through, and let's see how it looks. You want to make sure you center it. It's almost a tight fit, but it does have a little bit of wiggle room, so you need to make sure that you have it centered there perfectly. All right, so you can see, let's see, I don't have my die brush, which would be perfect for this, but we'll just use a piercer really quickly and get those little doodads out. All right, so there's the frame. Now, I also am going to cut out just a plain white oval. I wanted to make this kind of a muted tone on tone and white on white, really, but you could do that with any color. You could put anything behind it, or you can put the same color behind it. All right, now to adhere this on here, I'm going to use the fine tip glue pen, and you have to be really careful with your fine tip glue pen to make sure you don't put too much glue. And I'm just going to put a few tiny dots around the outside edge, and I am trying really not to even squeeze the bottle, because when I squeeze it I get too big of a dot. All right, now I'm going to put some dots here on the back of the words like this. And I'm going to put that right there, just like that. Now to lay it down, make sure that it goes flat. I'm going to put a clear block on top of it, and we're going to scoot it out of the way and give it some time to dry. Now I want to tell you about my inspiration for both my project this month and the tutorial bundle. Hold on, we got to put this back in. We don't want our glue to clog up, because if you don't put that pen back in, it does dry quickly and it can clog. That pen is wonderful, it keeps it from clogging. All right, so my inspiration this month for my project was some cardstock in my cabinet. I had these 4 colors all next to each other up in my paper cabinet. This is the new Powder Pink. This is Sweet Sugar Plum, which is a returning in color. This is Berry Burst, also new, and Fresh Fig. So 3 new in colors with 1 older in color. I just was so inspired by these 4 colors together that I had to design some projects using those 4 colors. So that's what I did. All right, so you're going to want to cut 4 strips from each one, and you can check my blog for the exact measurements. I'll have it all listed there. And I've also cut a Whisper White piece that is 3 3/4 by 5. So you're losing about 1/2 inch along the edge for the frame. And I'm going to start down here at the bottom. And I used fast fuse. I put 1 strip of fast fuse for each one. And I'm going to just layer these on like this, bumping them close. Just like that. Now, if your strips are not cut perfectly, which usually happens to me, this white is going to give you a little bit of a buffer because the background is white. But another thing you can do, you can see mine are not perfect. Just get out your paper trimmer and trim it so that they're all perfect. Because if it's just a little bit off from the measurements, it won't matter at all. I need a new blade on my cutter, you can see. All right, so just trim those off. There's nothing that it has to match on the card to be that exact size. All right, so now we're going to use this cute distressed circle from the Woodwards. I think this is my favorite stamp in that whole set. I think it's really cute. And we're going to use Versamark. Versamark is an embossing ink, and it really just kind of gives a watermark. Now when you emboss, you want to take your embossing buddy and just kind of rub it all over your surface. This is going to remove the static electricity, and it's going to hopefully keep all those little embossing powders off of the places where we don't want them. We just want them sticking to the stamped circles. And I'm going to just kind of randomly stamp this circle all over. And I want it to really go over two colors at once too, because I think that the way that it changes, it looks like it's a different color, looks really neat that way. All right, now I'm going to get my clear embossing powder, and I've put it in a little container to help kind of keep it so that I don't have to use anything else. I can just scoop it out with the original little bottle that it came in and just sprinkle it on those circles, and it looks like our embossing buddy did its job. I'm not seeing any stray powder anywhere. Let's see, did I get this one down here? There we go. Now, a little tip. If you have some stray powder, I have some stray cardstock, it looks like. If you have some stray powder, like right here, take a brush, a paintbrush, and just wipe those away. If you have a really nice fine tip paintbrush, that'll help you get rid of anything that doesn't need to be there. All right, now I'm going to use my heat tool to heat these, and it'll take a few minutes, so I'm going to speed up the video. You'll know when your embossing powder is done because it turns very shiny. It's kind of quite magical when you do it. You'll know. There's no denying that it is ready. You can see that shine. All right, now I'm going to take some of our new ribbon. This is our new Berry Burst ribbon, and I'm just going to cut a piece a little bit wider, longer than the width of this piece. And I'm going to take I'm going to put adhesive here and here. I'm going to leave a little space for me to tie the bow in a little while. So I left kind of a hole there. I'm going to lay it across just like that. And then on the back, just a little bit more. And lay those ends there. Now I'm going to do something kind of fancy with my ribbon. And if you know me, you know I like to cut my ribbon and pull the fibers out. Now, if this is something that's a little bit too tedious for you, well then just skip this step and do a regular bow. But I really love the look of fibers, and we have, not all ribbons will do this, and we from time to time carry ribbons that do. So when I got this ribbon, this was the first thing I did with it. I had to cut it and see if I could pull those fibers out, just like this. And once you get them started, you can have a wad of fibers, and that you can use kind of as a bow. There we go. Sometimes it takes a little bit of prodding. And some of them are short because my cuts were not straight. So I'm just gonna start pulling them out a few at a time and kind of make a stack of long fibers. Sometimes I can get a bunch at once, and that goes much faster when you can do that. This is a nice tight, tightly woven ribbon, so it takes a little more work. So once you have all your threads pulled out, we're gonna put it up under here. Remember, we left a little bit of a space. And I'm just going to tie a messy bow, kind of like a messy bun, except it's a messy bow. And we're going to try to keep all these fibers together, like that, and use them like it's a one piece of, you know, twine or something. Just go carefully. There we go. And then we can kind of arrange it so it looks a little messy like that. I think that gives your card quite a bit of interest rather than just a regular bow. All right, so let's put it on a Whisper White card base with some dimensionals. And I'm just going to do one in each corner. And let's see, we have the powder pink on top on the other card, so let's keep it the same. There we go, let's straighten that. All right, I think our friend is dry enough. And I'm gonna put him on here with some dimensionals too. One on the top and one on the bottom. And let's squish him underneath that bow. And there you have it. All right, what do you guys think? I hope you like it. You can see this one, I took more time and pulled out more fibers, but if you don't want to take that much time, just a few fibers look super cute too. All right, you guys, check out my blog for the supply list, as well as the information for this month's tutorial bundle. We have 12 tutorials in the bundle that feature brand new products from the Stampin' Up! Catalog. Thanks, you guys. Have a great day.